Shalom, shalom. This is Apostle Ricard. I say Barakatah Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Barakatah Yahweh Shem Yahushai. Shalom Barak Kal Akim of the hopeful elect. Hey, basically, brothers, I'm always watching stuff. And basically, man, we already came to this conclusion already. Well, number one, dealing with prophecy, right? This is going to make a quick point. Dealing with prophecy, we seeing what's going on. This guy, Donald Trump, he's everything is smoke and mirrors, man. Supposedly, you had these, I believe, Palestinian, all right, I'm going to get it right. I believe Palestinian, it was like 20-something Palestinian, with the whole situation with Israel and Palestine. Them guys been fighting for decades. They've been fighting for decades, man. Okay, them so-called Arabs and them so-called Jews. That whole situation, but Trump, he's so concerned with trying to bring peace, because America, that's the big bad wolf. Remember, Trump is trying to get a peace negotiations with Palestine and Israel, but he also trying to get peace negotiations between Ukraine and Russia. My whole thing is this: why does America care, right, on the world stage? See, but there's a scripture on that. Them scriptures talk about he is a proud man and keepeth not at home. Meaning here, this Edomite, these Americans, because this is the America is really the capital of Rome. They're concerned about the affairs that's going on in other countries with these other nations, which the Russians and the Ukrainians, I mean, that's Esau anyway. They're Edomites. And of course, Jacob, we got the seed of Israel mingled amongst all the nations. We know that, so I don't even got to go too far with that one. But anyway, why are you concerned when there's so much craziness going on here in America? As we always say, you're supposed to take care of home first, right? The scriptures tell you that. How can a man rule the house of the Lord and he can't rule his own house? But that pans out, right? Like, if any man or men, you're supposed to handle your own affairs before you go worried about what's going on in somebody else's house or somewhere else. As I bring it home to us, right? Us as brothers. I mean, well, look, man, we all got women, and ain't none of these women in order, right? None of our women, my woman ain't in order. She's in order to a degree to where I can deal with her. As the scripture says, if you be pleased to dwell with her, then dwell. Because we're not in our kingdom yet. We understand that. We ain't gonna get Sarah and these ancient women, okay? Right, but even Sarah, right? Sarah, right? We always talk about, Sarah was much more righteous than the women of today. Abraham's wife, Sarah, one of our foremothers, but even she got simple. Remember, she laughed at the angel when the angel told her, because she was like, I believe, 90 years old. Remember, we lived longer back then. Imagine that, a 90-year-old woman having a baby. But back then, remember, we lived longer, man. Back then, the Most High decreased life on the earth. You see what I'm saying? But anyway, and the angel kind of cursed out. What you laughing about, right? So you understand what I'm saying? Right? The women that you read about in the scriptures, right? You understand what I mean? So, anyways, as of today, though, we're not going to get the women that was our foremothers. You know what I mean? These women today, all you can try to do is get the best of the worst. Just making that point. But what I'm saying, if we say, I fully got my house in order, you have your house in order to a degree, enough to where the woman that you with is respecting you and not doing no off-the-wall shit, or if you got children, your children are in order. You understand what I mean? The Lord willing, we have our houses in order to a certain degree. So to where when it comes time for us to come and deal with the congregation, you know what I mean? So, like I said, America, right? Here it is, you got all this madness going on in America. You could just go on social media and watch all kind of crime, murder, just all kind of madness going on. And they got the power. This devil is in power. He's ruling. If Esau really wanted to put everything in order in all the states, it would be done. You see what I'm saying? It would be fucking done. You know what I mean? But it's all a part of pressure from above, pressure from beneath. You see what I mean? The scriptures tell you about this devil. They tell you about Esau, man. That's why we bring out John 8:44, right? But John 8:44, Yahweh Shai was really talking directly to wicked, evil Israelites. You see? But that scripture it's twofold. It can apply to Esau as well. You have your father, the devil, and you right there, you know he was talking to niggas. Right? He was a murderer from the beginning, and abode not in the truth. When he speaketh of a lie, he speaketh of his own. But Yahweh Shai was talking to Jake's Israelites, but he was talking about Esau. So the scripture do apply to Esau. But he was talking to Jake's, telling them that they have the characteristics of Esau. The wicked two-thirds have adopted the characteristics of Esau, man. You understand what I'm saying? According to the scriptures. Esau's a liar, right? So they're saying they doing this, things are getting better, they're going to fix everything. They ain't going to fix nothing because the prophecies ain't going to be denied at this point. Okay, I don't care how many prisoners or people they let loose, that shit in the Middle East is not going to stop because Trump said so. You see what I'm saying? That Ukrainian thing ain't going to stop. They going to talk about peace talks. Look, man, the scripture said it, man. It's going to happen, man. The prophecy it said what it said. In the book of Amos, no, is it 9 and 8? The eyes of the Lord are upon the sinful kingdom, and I will destroy it from off the face of the earth. Read Isaiah 47. It talks about it, man. The grinding shall cease. It also, what is it? Oh my goodness, that's in Isaiah 2, I believe. Woe to them that go down to Egypt for help. Right? So, like, basically, Trump ain't going to save America. He ain't going to make it great again. America's going to be destroyed no matter what. And over there in the Middle East, that whole thing with Palestine and the Israelis, right? The Amalekites, them small hats, that's going to be that's the Valley of Jehoshaphat. Over there in the Middle East, that's where the tensions is going to stir up from there, as the scriptures say, man. It's going down. And Esau is not going to be able to preserve his kingdom because the Lord is fighting against him. The Lord, the Most High said, look, man, he going to take down Esau. Oh, my goodness, the book of Obadiah. Okay. Though thy excellency meet up to the clouds, right? Though thou exalt thyself as the eagle and thy excellency reaches up onto the clouds, meaning they're in the position of rulership and power, like they look at themselves as gods. Thence will I bring thee down, saith the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. You understand what I'm saying? So these devils, they think they empower their technology, their weaponry. They got the whole world in awe of them. They're going to be brought down. So all that talking about you're going to make peace between the Palestinians and Israel and the Ukrainians and the Russians. There's other wars going on over in other parts of the world. America's totally out of order, so we see the stage is set. You understand what I'm saying, brothers? These devils over here in America, Trump and them, they talking about they're gonna fix everything, they're gonna get the world together. No, they're not. Their own. That's why I'll give the analogy of fix your own house first. You got all kind of homeless people here in America, all kind of madness. So that right there is just a sign that these devils are hypocrites. America's gonna be destroyed. That's it, very soon. Via Romans 13 and 11. You dig? So with that, man, I'm going to wrap this up. Lord willing, I'll come back with some more videos later on throughout the day. The Spirit jumps on me to do so. And I say shalom to you brothers that are hopeful elect. Shalom.